Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello again, welcome to Ndudu by Fafa. My name is Fafa Gilbert and I'm the chef in the house. I love creative African cooking. Now today I'm actually taking us to the northern part of Ghana. Yes, you heard me right. And we're actually going to be making their breakfast. This incredible PINKASO, which is like a crispy dumpling, and it has the taste of an onion bhaji. Yes, it's just incredible. And usually it's actually had with the Hausa Koko. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you do, don't forget to click that subscribe button, like now if you haven't subscribed yet, that is.
So let's start cooking. Now you will find the transcript including the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog for this recipe in ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com. So to start off, transfer your self-raising flour to a bowl and add salt to taste. Now we are going to mix this together because when I do add the yeast, I don't want the yeast to actually come into direct contact with the salt. If that happens, that means that your butter won't rise. And we need it to rise, we need to be fluffy and crunchy as well. So once I've actually mixed that together, I'm now adding my yeast, and also I'm going to mix it together again till it's well combined. Now moving on to the savory part of the dish, I've just peeled one large onion and I'm going to be blending the onion. However, I'm just going to reserve about a tablespoonful where I'm actually going to finely chop it. I would add that for that little crunch and that little bite when I actually make my PINKASO. This is optional. You can blend it all if you don't actually like, your onions being chunky, or you don't want to have the onion bits in it. You can blend the whole onion and use it. This is all about creative cooking, and I just like my textures. So I also like that little heat, so I'm actually just adding one jalapeno chili. You can use your green chilies, your red chilies, whatever chili you prefer. Alternatively, you can omit it if you just don't want anything spicy. But this is not too hot because it just gives it that residual kick. It's one of those things that when you bite into it, you go like, it just warms your throat, yes. So at this point, I'm actually mixing my flour together till it's well combined. And I've also blended my onion with a little bit of water. So I'm just going to mix everything together. And also I will be using some lukewarm water as well. So it's best to actually pour your lukewarm water back into your blender. So I'm actually just getting rid of the residue of the onion as well. So there's no waste, as I always say. And then you mix everything together. Now the batter should actually have a thick consistency, but not too thick. Now at this point, the reason why I'm actually doing this is to activate the gluten in the flour, and also to aerate it, to actually make it a light and fluffy batter. So I'm just mixed everything till when it's well combined, I'm just going to cover it with a cling film and leave it in a warm place for it to rise. Now this shouldn't take more than 30 to 45 minutes.
That smells incredible. It's got that beautiful onion flavor that's just permeating through this. Now that it's actually doubled up in size, it's now ready for me to fry. Now of course I do like to add my twist. So what I'm going to be adding, I'm just going to be adding some finely diced onions as well as chilies, and that just gives it that little crunch and that little kick as well.
So at this point, I'm just going to add my onions and my chilies, and I'm just going to mix everything together. Just see, that just looks great. At this point, whilst you're mixing your batter together and aerating it, as you can see me do here, place your frying pan with your vegetable oil or your preferred oil on a medium heat for about 4 minutes. Now that would heat your oil up and give it to that perfect temperature that we require. So before you start frying, you will need a bowl of cold water next to you, because you will be dipping your fingers into that bowl and into the butter to prevent it from sticking into your fingers, and then frying. Now of course, when you're dealing with hot oil, and particularly so when you would have water involved, please do take all necessary precautions when dealing with this, okay? this part is just the most challenging part of actually making your own pinkaso, because the batter is quite soft and you also need to create that ring donut kind of look. So what you do is dip your fingers in water, and then using your thumb, you actually insert a hole in between the batter and you extend it whilst you actually lay the butter. So that would actually then form that little hole in the middle for you. Now, I'll tell you what, it does take a lot of practice. So, a few would actually look like alien heads and stuff, but it's fine. Just get the recipe right. And over time, as you keep practicing, you will master it. It's exactly what I did as well. So that's a tip. So yet again, you dip your fingers in water, you then dip it into the batter, insert your thumb in the middle, extend it whilst you lay it carefully into the oil, and then we're going to be frying it for about a minute on each side, which will just be golden and crispy and light and crunchy. At this point, the smell alone in the house is just beautiful, because it's just like having like an onion bhaji, or maybe like an onion ring, and it's just crunchy, it's light, it's got that little kick in the background. That's just beautiful. You can just dip this into some natural yogurt and just enjoy yourself. Look, serve it with some, Prosecco or some champagne, enjoy yourself, why not? And that's just beautiful and ready. I've got to do this again, don't you think? This is not any other food. This is Ndudu. Ndudu by Fafa. Ijane nankase niwe. Nene lemfi. Bao yo. Mami didn't say, I'm a duganto. Wakoma. Anyway, I hope you've actually enjoyed this episode, and if you have, do not forget to click that subscribe button to show me some love. And as I did say earlier, you can find the recipe, the full recipe that is including the measurements and list of ingredients, on my blog indudubyfafa.blogspot.com. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as Indudubyfafa, so do pass by and say hi. Until next time, take care of you.